Good morning, everyone. What I'd like to talk to you today about is the Federal Debt Commission and their very predictable outcome. As always, every level of government, no matter what it is, if they want to change a policy, what they will do is come back with something that threatens programs that directly affect you and I. Rather than some of their pet projects, they will always say that they're going to cut something that hurts us. And then later they'll come back and modify it so it doesn't hurt us quite as bad. And we, like sheep, will say, oh, okay, you can take a little bit. And they do that over and over again, so that little bit becomes a very large chunk. In doing that, what they're doing is protecting all their pet projects that they've been able to get enacted in Congress, whether it's state or federal. What disturbs me is that while they're talking about cutting our Social Security and our Medicare and our Medicaid and all the other things that we have worked for all our lives and paid for, they're totally ignoring things that are so obvious or should be obvious to them. I'm sure they are, but again, they're their pet projects, their earmarks that they've passed over the years. There's one website called Expect More, EXPECTMORE.gov. This is a federal government website, and on that website, they actually rate federal programs, their own programs. They rate them. And what they have done is rated 20% of the federal programs as ineffective or showing no results. 20% of the projects or programs are rated as zero. They're ineffective. Is the Debt Commission looking at getting rid of those 20%? Imagine how many billions of dollars that is. Well, you don't have to imagine it. All you have to do is go to expectmore.gov and then click on highlighted words fall short, and on the next page click on not performing, and you will see pages and pages and pages of programs that you and I, if we're paying taxes, are paying for. And it shows how many billions of dollars go to each one of those. If you click on any one of them, it will give you an in-depth look at what that program is all about. Now, why in the world is the Debt Commission not looking at eliminating at least those 20% of projects, and hopefully even going the step further and looking at ones that are just barely adequate? Get rid of them. You want to cut things, cut that. I mean, that's just total fat that is not working. Another one is foreign aid. Here we are, people starving, living on the streets, losing their houses, having no income. We have record numbers of unemployment. And what are we doing? We're sending our money to hundreds of countries around the world, most of which are either our enemies, they come right out and say it, or they resent us as being arrogant Americans who are flaunting their money. Even our so-called president is out there apologizing for our arrogance, which is ridiculous. But if you go to census.gov, www.census.gov, and up in the upper right-hand corner, type in foreign aid, 2 words, foreign aid, Search for that, and the first thing that comes up will be the one you want to click on. You click on that and you'll find 3 files of foreign aid. It goes up to 2007 for some reason or other. It doesn't go any farther than that. But they list every country that got foreign aid from us. Some of the countries I've never even heard of. We even give foreign aid to Russia, of all places. There are so many countries there that we're giving foreign aid to at the same time that we're talking about cutting money from our pockets because we're going broke, but yet we're giving all these other countries money. That would be the next thing to do, and why in the world the Debt Commission doesn't cut foreign aid. It's going to take somebody with some cojones, as my favorite lady says, to cut foreign aid, but it has to be cut. If we can't afford to support ourselves, we sure as hell don't want to support a bunch of other countries. Third thing that we should definitely consider cutting, if we want to cut anything, is support for the United Nations. A totally ineffective, pro-Islamic organization that does not deserve to be on our soil, and we do not want to support the United Nations. We give 22% towards supporting the United Nations, and that amounts to $3.3 billion a year of our share of the total budget. I'm sure that doesn't include the wonderful building that it's in, and heaven knows how many other perks we give them. I'm sure we give many billions more. The United Nations, we should just tell them to get out, pack up and get out. Totally worthless group. So why isn't the Debt Commission working on those? I urge you, as I did, to write to your senators. It's easy to find on the web. Write to your senators and your representatives and tell them, and write to the White House too. Tell Obama what he should do. But write to them, everybody write to them.